Hey everybody, this is Jase for Marshall Made Collectibles, and today we have a review and unboxing. Now this is an older set, maybe about a year ago or so, and it's by ZCWO World, or Zika Girl, I think is what they started out as, where they just basically did female figures, but this is one of their few licensed male figures, and it's of Mr. Bean, from British comedy fame. For those that are unfamiliar, he is sort of like a childlike anarchist that just certain situations arise, and whatever he does for himself without thinking of the consequences it might happen to others. It's quite hilarious. It started out in like 1989. I remember watching it when I was in my early 20s and thinking it was hilarious. Very happy to get this set. I want to thank the people at ZCWO World for sending it to us for review and unboxing. And this is the Deluxe set. There's two different versions. There's a standard and a Deluxe. The Deluxe, the only difference is it has an extra head sculpt and it has an extra body. And once we get into it, I'll explain why. The box itself is very nice. It's got a pattern on it that makes it look like a leather briefcase or a suitcase. If you're familiar with Mr. Bean, you'll understand why they've done that. It's got Mr. Bean written in the front, 1/6 scale collectible action figure. The box is really nice. It's very thick. You got the ZCWO World symbol on the side. On the back, we have all our legalese, all your information, the little ZCWO World logo. Again, on the side, again, it's just the ZCWO World. And on the tops and sides of it, you have the Mr. Bean logo, which is just handwritten. And I'm pretty sure it's handwritten in Rowan Atkinson's handwriting, the actor that portrays Mr. Bean. Now, the box itself is big. It's very thick, almost real high quality, like you would expect from almost like an Interbay or Hot Toys. The box itself is large. You're looking at 15 inches wide, about 14 inches tall, and close to 8 inches thick. So the box itself is going to take up some real estate in your closet or wherever you're going to put it afterwards. This is not the first Mr. Bean licensed figure. Interbay had the license first. They did a 1/6 scale figure, which I know a lot of people like. I could not stand because the head sculpt on it was very characteristic, kind of almost cartoony. They tried to do like the Hot Toys Pearl system, where the eyes could be positioned in different directions. When it's done right, it's beautifully done, like the DX05 Pirates of the Caribbean Jack Sparrow figure. It's done perfectly. This one, though, when Interbay did it, it makes him look like he's got googly eyes, makes him look even more cartoonish than he actually is. A lot of problems with quality control on the suit and material, which does not look like the suit that Mr. Bean's known for. It was pretty much a solid brown throughout, other than the white shirt, red tie, which the red tie didn't have any of the little markings on it. It was just solid red. But then Interbay did a 1/4 scale figure, which is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like they shrunk down Rowan Atkins's Mr. Bean character, and it is dead on. It is phenomenal. Anyway, this is the 1/6 scale from ZCWO, and let's go ahead and truly do an unboxing and open it up. So we're going to take off the lid. Just a thick cardboard lid. And then we have a nice piece of foam there. Make sure that we're still in camera shot. There we go. Ooh, stuff is falling. Let's push it back. And we have a multitude of hands at the top. We've got some slippered feet, some extra hands. We got a little rubber ducky. We got a box, which I will show you what comes in that. Then we have Mr. Bean, and we have the second head sculpt. So let's go ahead and let's get accessories out of the way real quick first. We'll do that. See if we can get this to focus real quick. There we go. And we have some finger trigger hands for those that remember the movie when he is coming into like the Los Angeles airport. He sees some police officers and pretends like he's got a gun, just screwing around, causes all kinds of panic. We have some gripping hands. We have a full gripping hand here, which is very cool because I will show you why once we get to it. And it actually covers up the whole peg joint of the figure's hand. We have his little rubber ducky. Nicely sculpted, and the little head actually turns. If I can get it to turn, there we go. We have some slipper feet, and that is because this figure doesn't just come with the one outfit, he comes with two, and the other one is his pajamas. We've got some kung fu hands, and of course Mr. Bean is well known for grinning and big cheesy grin and his thumbs up. And we don't have just one thumbs up hand, we have two. And this box, when we take it out, again, done in that motif to look like a leather suitcase. It's got the Mr. Bean logo, the ZWCO logo, tiger aspect, again the Mr. Bean. One of my favorite episodes of Mr. Bean from the late 80s was when Mr. Bean goes shopping after a Christmas sale, and he buys himself a recliner and brings it home in his Mini Cooper. And this set actually comes with Mr. Bean's recliner. How cool is that? Talk about an accessory. Has a look of fabric. It's got it's all done in one color. It's like a grayish material. Almost feels like a vinyl, like a bank would be. Like Diamond Select has done a lot of banks. It's got a little give to it. But when you touch it and look at it, it has the feel and texture of like fabric. And the bottom of it is felt. And it's done in the same color as this. So that's cool. That's a very neat accessory to have for your display. We'll put that off to the side. Put this back in the box. Really impressed with the packing materials in the box for in here. You don't usually see that a lot. Okay, we will do one of the head sculpts. This is his surprise head sculpt, and let's see if we can get this to focus. Now, I know a lot of people would not want to have a figure like this in their collection, and I can understand. They're into the superheroes or the Star Trek or the Star Wars or what have you. But I sometimes just like having something on my shelf that makes me smile or laugh or, you know, think of stuff from the past. And this will be hard pressed to walk past this and not smile. The sculpt is definitely Rowan Atkins. The paint apps are fabulous, from the gradient in the skin tone to those eyes open really, really wide. And at the end of this, like I do in all my reviews, we'll do some HD photos where you can really see the quality. But this is done really well. This is like Hot Toys Interbay kind of quality. It is stunning. Perfectly done. Now we're going to take out Mr. Bean himself. And he's already getting me. Got a lot of weight to this figure. There's a lot of heft to the body. It doesn't feel light at all. Like you could beat somebody over the head with Mr. Bean if they tried to break into your house. And there he is. That is perfect. The big old happy grin. Well, even his hook kind of nose that goes down. That is awesome. And see, the tie is that wineish red color, but it's got that pattern in it like he has. You have a very nice white shirt, the tweed type jacket, which is the right shade of brown. Let's see if it's got the, yep, it's even got the patches on the elbow. Really well done. He's got his brown belt, his brown pants, some very nicely detailed like wingtips, and he's even got little socks on if you look close. But that big old cheesy grin, that is definitely Mr. Bean. That is beautifully done. And he's already got two hands on besides the set that we got. We got a nice big open hand, and we have a gripping hand. And I swear, I'm just looking at him, and I can almost think you could hear him talk. Bean. That is too cool. I'm loving this already. Okay, let's see what we got on our other trays. Move that out of the way. And we have his pajamas. He even has his little calculator type watch. Oh. And if anybody remembers the episode where he accidentally ends up taking care of a baby while he's trying to go to an amusement park, you will remember these. And they give you 4 of them. You get 4 balloons. They're done in almost like a translucent clear plastic. It kind of remind you of the plastic Easter eggs. Done really well. Sculpted with like a hard stick, kind of almost like a lollipop stick. And that's what that gripping hand is for, that you saw earlier that I said would cover the joint. You can slide that in the hand, and what it does is it covers up that hand joint so he can hold it up, and you get a smooth, almost natural look to posing your figure, so he does not look like a jointed hand, or the hand won't wobble. It actually adds some extra support too. So we'll put those off to the side. Oh, and we'll go ahead. Orange, blue, red, or pink, and a green one is what you get. And from all of Mr. Bean's holiday, and when he takes his vacation, and even from the movie, you got his suitcase. It's got a nice printed pattern on it. You got the buckle, your latches, and your handle, and this is all one solid piece. It feels like it might be hollow. They even put the little silver feet on the bottom. Feels durable. I don't think you would have to worry about this breaking. And what would Mr. Bean be without Teddy? He has his teddy bear. Oh, come on, focus. It's too cute not to get it all in there. There we go. You can even see his little button eyes. And what is really cool, and maybe it won't show up until I do like the HD photos, but if you look really close, the bear has a pattern on it like material, and it's hard vinyl, but it does have the resemblance of like a sock monkey or a truly sewn stitched bear. So he comes with Teddy. We remove another tray, and the bottom tray not only has your third head sculpt, that's right, you get 3 head sculpts. So literally, with an extra body, you could have 3 Mr. Bean figures from one purchase. And this one is not quite as grinning. This has almost got like kind of an evil look to him, like when he's up to some mischief, compared to, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and pop the head off of this one so you can see the difference. They do look similar. Come on, focus. Here. My hands are too big, sorry folks. There we go. Yeah, where one's got the eyebrows kind of up and smile, and the other one's kind of got like more of an evil grin, and the brows are more furrowed. Slight difference, but definitely this would be one that you would use for like a Mischievous, and this is the more happy Mr. Bean, like he just... I'm going to have fun with this set, I can tell you that right now. And what else you get too is another full-fledged body, and that's where that weight's coming from. This sucker is solid, and it's got a different kind of head post on it, but I guess that makes it easier to swip out the heads. Very kind of more muscular than I would think Mr. Bean is. Mr. Bean must be working out. Definitely good posability. And he comes with extra feet too, although you probably don't need them because you're gonna, if you use the slipper feet come with the feet, and they already have the slippers molded on there. See if you can take them out. Yeah, yes you can. So I guess you could just leave those on and you end up with an extra set of bare feet. So what I'm going to do here is give me a minute, because we got a lot of packaging here. I'm going to move some of this packaging out of the way, push it back, and then I'm going to show you everything that you get in this deluxe set. And also, we got this from ZCWO World 2, is the Mr. Bean Tux set. And I don't know if they did this because Rowan Atkins also plays a character by the name of Johnny English. And with this, you could almost make a Johnny English figure. Or, for those that might remember, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th episode of Mr. Bean, he meets the Queen. And if you haven't seen it, I mean, it's not like I'm giving something away. We're talking about an episode that was out in like 89 or 90 or something like that. So I think the statute of limitations on, you know, like spoiler alerts, 27 years should cover it. But it's hilarious. He's in like a receiving line and he's wearing the tux and trying to do everything last minute before he meets her, from cleaning his teeth to trying to fix his fly where his finger gets stuck through the fly and eventually ends up headbutting the Queen. But you could even have a Mr. Bean like that, which would be hilarious. So again, give me just a minute and I'll be right back. Okay everybody, we're back, and basically what I've got here is everything that came in the deluxe set, plus the extra outfit, which is the MH14 which is their Tuxedo Set. And it comes with the tux, the shoes, everything you see here, and even comes with a little banana. And I just added that with the Deluxe Mr. Bean set with an extra body. So basically with the suit and the extra body, you end up with 3 figures because it comes with these 3 heads that you see here. And you've got the Mr. Bean, and he's holding the balloons with that extra hand that I told you that actually covers the whole peg, which gives it some support so the hand doesn't wobble. I've got the smiling happy head on him, and he is sporting his little digital watch. We've got the more evil looking, kind of mischievous Mr. Bean head on the pajama body, and we even have the little slippers, his suitcase, and his little rubber ducky, him sitting in the chair, and he's poking Teddy in the nose there. And then finally we have the Mr. Bean Sculpt with the surprise look, and I gave him the trigger hand, one of his trigger hands, and still we have all these extra feet and hands that just came with the basic set. None of these hands are extra to like the body. The body I added to him was just a Coup model's body, a real cheap one that you can get for like $7.99 from like Toy Anxiety. This is the body that came with the set. It's that heavy dense one, and the reason I did that is the shoes on the ZCWCO World figures have a different peg design than that ball and socket ankle joint that we're familiar with most 1/6 scale figures. These are more of a pin and peg. And if you look, like in one of these feet, you can see, if we can focus, it'd be nice to focus any day now. Maybe not, maybe today. There we go. If you look, it is just a pinhole, and it goes in almost at the top of the foot, and it goes in an angle. But there is a locking mechanism, like a ridge in there, so when the pins go down, they lock into place. Because you know how some ball and socket ones will be really wobbly, and over time they get really loose. I don't think that would ever be a problem with these, because when they lock in, they are in. And that joint is really tight on the ankle. In fact, there's even a screw there that if you wanted to, you could tighten them up and make them a little bit more rigid. Real quick, I'm just going to sit there and say this Deluxe set, for the price, I think the retail on it is like $260 maybe, or somewhere in there when it first came out. I don't know what it'd be on the secondary market right now, but for that price with the extra accessories like the chair, all the extra stuff you get, the 2 outfits, the 3 heads, the extra body, which just the ZCWCO body, not ZCWCO, sorry, the ZCWCO World body, if you go to buy just the plain body that this came with, they're like $44. So it's a really good value for the price, because you pay normally like $225 for some Hot Toys figure, and you're getting 1 figure, and they're getting kind of skimpy on their accessories now. This is probably one of the best deluxe sets I've ever received. The suit itself, for the extra, the MH14, is super high quality. I love the material. It even has like the felt on the collar, the little felt bow tie. Beautifully done. The banana is nicely sculpted too. I know that's just like a little gag thing they threw in there. He also comes with socks and the really nice, the look of like a patent leather wingtip. Same shoe that Mr. Bean, the regular set, or the deluxe set, comes with. But just gorgeous. Now if you want to get just a regular set, you get this head sculpt and that head sculpt, not the kind of mischievous looking one. You don't get the body. You do get the 2 outfits though. And you do get the chair, and you get the rubber ducky, you get the suitcase, everything else that you see minus that body. But you just add an extra body and an extra suit, and you have 3 figures. It's probably one of the best values out there if you're into 1/6 scale collecting. Things to look out for. Honestly, I haven't run into like quality control problems. It's rare. Usually in a set you get something like sticky paint, or maybe a broken joint, or a loose body. These bodies are like super tight. Like I don't have any flop, nothing going on. These these bodies are a lot stronger. In fact, I think I might start looking for them for some of my custom pieces. Beautifully painted. I haven't seen no slop on any of the paint. The face detail on all of them is gorgeous. The tailoring, I haven't had any like strangled loose threads or any like little stuff going on there. One thing I will touch on all the shirts, and even on his pajama top, and even the shirt that came with the extra set that's separate from this. Again, I'm saying you're not going to get this tuxedo with this set, but it's made by ZWCO. They all have those little micro snap buttons, and the only thing you have to do is just really be careful when you're snapping them. Make sure that you got the little snap over the hole, and then you don't have any problem, because I know a lot of people, they just mash those and you will break those little snaps if you're not careful. Other than that, it is a gorgeous set. If you're into Mr. Bean, or you like the comedy stylings of Rowan Atkin, or you're into something different than just superheroes and Star Wars and everything else that seems to be out there, and like the numerous different things like that, this is definitely off the wall and something that is kind of like a showpiece. These three figures will be proudly displayed in my case, and I will not be looking to get rid of them. Would almost venture to try to find another head, maybe from one of the places like Monkey Depot or Toy Anxiety, where they break things down, because I would love to see a Mr. Bean in a karate outfit, wearing his gray socks. If you're familiar with the episode, he goes for karate teachings and he runs around the pad while his sensei is chasing him. It's pretty hilarious. So, my final review on something like this, it is definitely a 10 out of 10. Something to look for. If you're into this kind of character, would like to really thank the people at ZWCO for putting out such a really great set and letting me review it. Again, this was Jase for Marshall Made Collectibles. Hang on for some HD photos here at the end, and we will get some really good close-ups of the faces, the outfits, the stitching, everything, and all his accessories. Thanks again for watching. Take care and have a great day.